Welcome back again, everybody, for game number 2 of the girls' Class 2A quarterfinal matchups. Christian Heritage has already punched their ticket to the semifinals, and our next feature game will have Fairview coming in with a record of 25-3 on the season. They're ranked number 7 in the state. They've won the state championship 4 times, and they will take on Mounds. Mounds with a record of 25-2. They're ranked number 6. This is their 5th appearance. They have never won a game here at state, and obviously no titles to go along with that. Hi again, everybody. I'm Steve Marshall. Mark Jeffries is alongside as you join us on the Cox High School Hub for all the exciting action, and we're ready for game 2 of this afternoon, Mark.
Steve, this should be a good one. 2 very, very close teams, only 5 losses between the 2 teams. And right now I'm giving the edge to the Mounds Lady Eagles, the warm-ups, a la Indiana. It's just not red and white, man.
Look at the warm-up pants that the girls wear there from Mounds, and let's take a look at the starting lineups for Fairview. Number 30 is Maddie Mason. She's a 5'10 junior, averages 15 points, 2 points per game. Also in the starting lineup, number 13, Christina Pembroke, 5'7 junior, who averages 7.5 points a game. Lexi Rhyme is a 5'11 sophomore, averages 8 points per contest. Briston Grove, she'll wear number 20. She's a junior. She's 5'4. She averages 6.8. And Tabor Gilchrist, a 5'4 sophomore, averages 3.9 points per game. For Mounds, their leading scorer is Raven Blackbear, 5'10 senior, 16.4 points per contest. Cheyenne Crane, 5'2 junior, averages 12.9. Lexi Wall, 5'4 senior, 7.9 points per game. Jessica Mallet, 5'7 junior, averages 5 points per game. And Janelle Weeks, a 5'4 junior, averages 4.2 points per contest. Fairview is in their white jerseys with the orange trim, and Mounds will have the dark jerseys with the gold numerals, and the girls gather at center. We're all set to go. Hope you enjoy our Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's the second game of the quarterfinals, and once again, Christian Heritage has advanced. They'll take on the winner of this contest. We're underway. Here's a shot from 3 from the right side, up and good. And knocking down that first one is Christina Pembroke to give Mounds or Fairview the early lead.
Steve, both of these teams can shoot the ball extremely well beyond the arc. Fairview is going to put on a lot of pressure full court, and then hopefully Mounds doesn't rush it just like they did there. Here comes Fairview.
Had the open shot, missed it along the baseline. Lady Jackets with the basketball. Baseline, tied up there. Nice recognition pass. Tried to wrap around, and it's taken away. Mounds back the other way. Number 21 is Raven Blackbear. She's the leading scorer. Loose out front. They'll back it out and set it up.
Both teams coming out man-to-man. Like I said, Fairview, they will come out a little zone trap full court after a bucket's made, but right now man-to-man.
Shot from the outside, misses the mark. Fight for the rebound inside, tie basketball, and it will stay with Mounds. The head coaches for Fairview, it is Mike Barton, and for Mounds, it is Brett Brookshire. Inbound play for the Lady Eagles of Mounds. Baseline. Back out top. Open for a 3. It's way short. Good position for an offensive rebound. Putback is no good. And Fairview comes away with the basketball as they head back down the floor, leading at 3-0. Nearly lost it. Out of bounds, it will still be Fairview basketball. Fairview, inbounds pass, get it underneath. Shows the basketball tied up on the floor, and it will stay with Fairview.
A little sloppy, but maybe a little bit of nerves there. Both of these teams very well experienced, and coach is already calling a 30-second.
I think they did that because they were afraid of losing the possession. And so they're going to take a quick timeout. Fairview has the only points of the game right off the bat, as number 13, Christina Pembroke, knocked down that 3. 3-0 Fairview on top, just over 6 minutes left to go here. Remember, if you're watching from anywhere, whether you're a fan of Mounds or Fairview, you got relatives that live on the other side of town, across the state, or somewhere else in the world, they can watch it live right now. Go to Cox High School Hub, that's Cox HS Hub, to watch this game and the two others that will come up later this evening.
All right, here comes the pressure. They set it up. Fairview, little 2-2-1, full court trap. Beat the pressure, take care of the basketball, and set your offense up. Don't want to rush. Good job so far.
Long pass, Black Bear drives, puts it up with the left hand. That's no good. Rebound taken in there by Maddie Mason. She has the only points of the game so far. Lady Jackets with the basketball, leading 3-0. Just over 2 minutes into this contest. Tries to get the shot up, was stripped on the way. Still loose. Mason again with the putback, and that one rolls in. She has all 5 points in the ball game.
Steve, so many times the pressure in that 2-2-1 is just to make you speed up to take a bad shot and then come back the other way. Most of the time you're going to have a fast break bucket. This time they handled the pressure. Now Fairview settling back in a zone this time.
Mounds still looking to get on the scoreboard. Tries the up and under. Shot is blocked. We got a whistle and a foul, and it's going to go against Mounds. It'll be Fairview basketball as Mounds sets up the full court pressure.
Now they're just matched up full court. Let's see what happens. See if they try and trap out of it. Almost cost a turnover.
Lady Jackets have the only points of the game thus far. Long shot for three, no good. Good job on the boards there. Blocking off was Raven Black Bear. But they turned it right back over.
Yeah, Cheyenne Crane, she was headed down the court sprinting, but didn't even look for the ball on the break there. She was wide open. Would have had an opportunity to get to the rack.
A couple of early mistakes by Mounds. Fairview with the basketball, leading here in the early going, 5-0. Drive to the hoop, and we've got a foul whistle on the floor. And that's going to go against Mounds.
Almost halfway through the first quarter here. A little bit of sloppiness on both sides.
Get rid of the early jitters. Inbounds pass, kick to the corner. Wide open looker to three. Tees it up. Does everything but go in. Now from just beyond the free throw line, the shot is no good. And Raven Black Bear comes down with a miss. Lady Eagles still looking for their first points to the ball game. We're about halfway through this first quarter of play.
All right, Lady Jackets, they're matched up in a man-to-man now. A lot of pressure out up top. That's why.
Red to steal, drives it in, puts it up, no good, whistle foul. The foul will be called on number 20. That's going to go against Lexi Wall. And going to the free throw line will be Maddie Mason.
Steve, so many times when you apply that pressure up top, even though you're 32 feet away from the bucket, it still causes issues, especially if you can keep everything in front of you and your teammates anticipate where the next pass is going to. She did an outstanding job on that, and now she's at the line.
Mason gets the free throw. I said earlier she had all their points. It was Pembroke who hit the three. Mason now has three with a field goal and a free throw, and now two free throws. And it's 7-0. Mounds still looking for their first points. If you're going to shake off those jitters, you got to do it here pretty quick. Don't want to build yourself a lead that you can't come back on. Tried to throw it into the double team to Black Bear. Rejected, but saved back by Cheyenne Crane. Out top of the basketball, Lexi Wall. Kicks to the corner. Looked at the three, did not take it. As Mounds runs their offense. Black Bear, every time she gets the basketball, seemingly double teamed, loose on the floor. Inside, throw it up off the glass. That won't go. And Mason secures the miss. Out to Briston Grove. And Fairview will set it up on offense once again. Substitutions ready to check in for both teams. Far side pass underthrown and taken away. Nice read there by Janelle Weeks. Shot for three. On the way. In and out. No good. Rebound taken down by Lexi Rhyme. Ahead to Mason.
Steve, so far, I know it's kind of silly to say, but the story so far has been the defense of the Lady Jackets. Lady Eagles, Mounds just unable to do anything on offense.
Drive to the lane, tried to get the pass underneath, goes off of Fairview, off of number 13, Christina Pembroke, out of bounds, and it will be Mounds basketball as they get some substitutions checking in. Number 35 is Autumn Black Bear. She's a sophomore. And Mounds brings it across the timeline. Little over 2 minutes left to go. Mounds still looking for their first points in this first quarter of play.
Boy, they are really defending Black Bear very well inside the paint.
Black Bear, her and Cheyenne Crane, the only ones in double figures. Here's a kick to the outside. Wide open three, and they got that one. Big shot right there by Cheyenne Crane.
Mounds with a little bit of token pressure here. Trap's coming. They handle it.
Yeah, to think you held your opposition scoreless until the 146 mark of the first quarter, but yet only lead by 4. Out top, Fairview. Wide open three, up and good. Big basket for Fairview. Knocking that one down is Kenzie Craighead. (10-3) our score. Fairview on top as we go under a minute left here in this first quarter of play. Yeah, you mentioned the key has been trying to keep Raven Black Bear off the scorebooks. And to this point, they've done a fairly good job of that.
Yeah, she's really struggling here, forcing it a little bit in the paint. Taking maybe a quick three. I know you don't want to give Fairview too much time to come down and convert. But you're only down by 7. You get a bucket there, cut it to 5, and good things can happen going forward into the second quarter.
As we go under 40 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Girls 2A quarterfinal action from the Big House in Oklahoma City. Fairview, patient on offense. Penetrates, draws the double team, and then a travel. Number 22, that's Kenzie Craighead, saw an opening and wanted to get there as fast as possible. Didn't get the ball down in time, was called for the traveling violation.
So now you get a chance to cut it to 5. No need to take a quick shot here. Get a good look, cut it to 5, and move on.
Mounds going to lose it out of bounds with just about 10 seconds left to play here in this first quarter.
Wow.
Now they just need to prevent Fairview from scoring. They don't have a lot of time. Quickly penetrate, drive it in, shot no good. 2 seconds left, and the shot will be far short, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. Fairview on top on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week, 10-3 after 3 quarters of play.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
First quarter play in the books, and Fairview has the lead 10-3 over Mounds as they got out to a very quick 7-0 lead. Mounds did not score until a minute 46 was left in that first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after one period, Mark.
Yes, and a lead of 7, but still they had opportunities to cut it to 5. They could have cut it to 5 twice there, Steve. Turned the ball over in a key situation, but a lot tighter game than 7 points when you only made 1 basket.
Yeah. Gotta like those odds, right?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody should have settled in by now. See more teams, more fan bases starting to fill the fairgrounds here in Oklahoma City. Still have 2 more games. Evening session tonight at 7 and 8:30. We'll tell you more about that as we go along. Shot for 3 from the corner for the Lady Jackets is nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, it's an open look. Good looking shot there with the open look. You got to get out and defend because they can shoot the tray.
Kristen Grove knocks down the 3. And that's the way we start the second quarter of play. Fairview obviously did their scouting. They're not letting Black Bear do much inside at all. And now they get another steal. In the front court. Get it to Rhyme. Shot's no good. Shot there is blocked. Looked like she may have had all ball on that one. She does not argue the call there. Whistle, and the foul is going to be against Harley Cooper, senior in the lineup for the Mounds Lady Eagles.
Cheyenne Crane, number 4 for the Lady Eagles, trying to draw the charge there, but just did not sell it enough to get the whistle. Almost got there in time, but I think it was a good call on that one.
Tabor Gilchrist at the free throw line, gets the first, misses the second. Either way, it's an 11-point advantage for Fairview. Just underway, second quarter. Long shot for 3. Short. Charging, getting the offensive rebound and putback. Nice job there by number 22, Madeline Black Bear.
All right, here comes the pressure by the Lady Eagles. Just kind of matched up, doing a little switch trap there.
Move it out on the wing, shoot the 3. Fairview shot, no good. Raven Black Bear comes down with the miss. They're going to say out of bounds, I believe, off of Fairview. And it will stay Mounds basketball. (14-5). Mounds trails by 9. They have the basketball. Raven Black Bear up top. Trying to figure out what defense they're playing. Looks like they're going straight man, Mark.
Yes. They're really good at rotating over. When somebody gets past that initial pressure up top, they're really good to rotate over from a help position. And really, Steve, that's the story so far, has been the defense of the Lady Jackets.
Foul's called on number 14, Tabor Gilchrist. Here's a look at a 3 on the way. Shots off, no good. That's going to be a push-off.
Yep, it's a good call there. It's interesting, too, Steve, the Lady Jackets, they go zone on lobs underneath, on blobs, baseline out-of-bounds plays. Both times they went with a 2-3 zone defense, and a lot of times that'll put a wrinkle in some of the inbounds plays that teams have.
So the foul inside was called on Black Bear.
There's the jump trap.
Across the timeline, penetrating, kicking. Good ball fake, drives, left it up short. 14-5 our score, Fairview on top. Deep right corner. Good job, hits the cutter in the lane, goes up wildly. Fans behind us wanted a foul, but that was just one of those where kind of incidental contact. Fairview with the basketball, leading by 9. Baseline cut, shot no good. And they're going to tip it around and keep it alive. Back inside and outside, and a 3 ball. Down, but not all the way through. Drive, put it up off the glass and good. Basket there by number 30. That's 2 more for Maddie Mason.
Too many chances to a really good team is a recipe for bad news, and that's what's happened so far here in the first half, another turnover.
And they turn it over again, and then the foul, frustration foul, is called against Madeline Black Bear.
Steve, I've learned a long time ago, when you have a situation like this where things are starting to get away a little bit, you really, really have to show even more patience. I know some coaches like to take it to the extreme and actually push the ball even harder. I really think you got to do one of the two. If you're not a fast break team, you really have to slow it down and really get composed to get good looks.
Nice ball fake. Shot from 3, air ball, far side, rebounded. Taken in by Raven Black Bear. Tough shot there, is up and no good, but earned a trip to the free throw line for number 12, Janelle Weeks.
That's what they did there, Steve. They decided to break a little bit. They got out on the wing and got a good look on the break, got fouled, and let's see if they can cut the lead down to single digits.
Missed the free throw.
I want to mention this real quick, too. Did you say that in the last game that we did that Shoto did not shoot a free throw the entire game?
That's what the stat sheet showed me.
Wow, I can't remember either being involved or doing a game where there was not a single free throw shot.
Yeah. 0 for 0.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Both free throws missed the mark. And so Fairview has it. 4.5 minutes left to go here before halftime. Lady Jackets on top, leading at 16-5. They have the basketball. Showing some patience.
They're running flex. They get that cross screen, down screen.
And taken away. Good job defensively by Autumn Black Bear. Raven Black Bear drives the other way and puts it up good for 2.
That's what I mentioned, Steve. You either show a lot of patience or you really get the floor going on the break and get it up as quick as you can to get a good look.
Get the turnover. And they'll try to continue this run right here. Got it back to within 9. Raven Black Bear missed the shot. It will be out of bounds, but it will still be Mounds basketball.
Yeah, that's a good move inside the paint. Once again, we've seen it the last 2 days that we've done games, the inability to convert once you're in the paint. The $1 million move, but you can't catch it at all at the bank.
Inbound here for Mounds. Dangerous pass, able to get it in. Left side, baseline, driving. Here's the shot for 3 on the way. Won't go down. Mason rips the board.
Oh, she got hammered on that. Right in front of the referee. Wow.
Nice pass, good recognition. Inside, easy bucket for 2 for Kiera Case. 18-7, just about 3 minutes left to go here before halftime. Long 3 from the outside, hits the front of the rim, short, no good. Lady Jackets in the corner, shot up and good. Another bucket for Maddie Mason. We got a full timeout. 21-7, Fairview on top of Mounds on your Oklahoma Ford dealers game of the week here on the Cox High School Hub.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Class 2A Girls quarterfinal action here from the Big House in Oklahoma City, along with Mark Jeffries. I'm Steve Marshall. Fairview has had the best of it to this point, 21-7 over Mounds. Mounds has only made 2 field goals in this entire first half of play, but for their end, they've done a pretty good job of keeping Fairview down. Trail it. It is 14. That's a big lead, no doubt about it, but they're still in it. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
Well, the story so far is the defense by the Lady Jackets shutting down Black Bear, really not letting her get any kind of open looks inside the paint and even beyond the arc.
Yeah, Black Bear, 16 points per game, has been held at 2 so far. Team fouls 6 on Mounds, 5 on Fairview, so getting close to being 1-1 situation. Out on the wing, long 3 ball, no good. Mason cleans up on the glass and gets it in the front court. Pass there goes to Briston Grove. Nice bounce pass on the baseline, shot up, no good. And the Lady Eagles back the other way. Whip it to the far right corner.
They were actually trying to set up a little pick and roll there, and you don't see that often in smaller class girls basketball.
Shot for 3 from way outside is good. Big bucket right there. Number 22, Madeline Blackbear. Makes it 21-10.
Well, as bad as things are going, you're only down by 11 with just over a minute and a half remaining here in the half. So get a couple of stops, see what can take place here.
Fairview gets 2 shots on the opportunity, can't convert. Mounds back the other way. Trailing by 11. Here's a shot for 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. As we have just about a minute 10 left to go here. Fairview shot from the wing is off and no good. Raven Blackbear with the rebound.
I think that's her 5th rebound so far here in the first half.
Obviously a good job scouting this Fairview, or this Mounds basketball team, as Fairview is really denying most everything. Here's Blackbear getting it inside. Muscles her way to the basket, but can't get the...
She was triple teamed on that.
She was, and I think as soon as she catches the ball, she immediately gets 2 at least.
Yeah.
As there, you talked about junk defenses, and not to disparage against that, but that's, you know, sometimes that's what's necessary. That's what's going to give you the best chance to win. Just over 30 seconds left to go now. Mounds basketball, like to get it to single digits if they can to go to the locker room.
Who would have thought you only have 10 points so far here in this game, and you're still pretty much not in a bad position to get blown out.
Shot there, no good. And now, instead of getting any points and working the clock all the way down, now you've given Fairview a chance to add to their lead. Checking in for Mounds number 14, Chelsea Boydston, as Blackbear will check out. Just under 20 seconds left to go here in the half. Fairview leading by 11, full court, man-to-man. Gets it across the timeline. 8 seconds left. Whistle and a foul. Called against Mounds.
That's going to be free throws.
And going to the stripe will be Briston Grove. As number 20 Lexing Wall and Raven Blackbear both check back in for Mounds, and then a substitution for Fairview. Checking in is number 25 Lexi Rhyme. Just over 5 seconds left. Misses the front end. 5 seconds. Got to get the shot off. At the buzzer, it'll count if it goes. On the way, just a little short. And the first half is in the books. It's Fairview leading Mounds 21-10 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll come back and take a look at the numbers for you when we return.
Oklahoma, It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazzio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazzio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds, whipped cream, and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand.
Moxie.
And a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. We're at halftime. Girls Class 2A quarterfinal matchup. Right now the Fairview Lady Jackets have the best of it. They lead Mounds by a score of 21-10. They got off to a 7-0 lead to start the ball game. Led it 10-3 at the end of the first quarter. Ended up getting it out to an 11-point lead. I believe was actually got to 14 at one point when it was 21-7. Mounds gets the last points of the half to go into the locker room trailing 21-10.
Well, the story really, Steve, is the defense by the Fairview Lady Jackets really shutting down their top scorer for Mounds, Black Bear. She only had, how many points did she have in that first half? 2. Yeah, she only had 2 points. She was 1 for 7, and every time she touched the ball when they tried to go inside in the paint, it was a collapse from the weak side. Double teamed, sometimes triple teamed, and you could sense the frustration. When she did get an open look beyond the arc, unable to knock it down, and when you only score 10 points and a half, you look up at the scoreboard, you got to take a positive out of that and say, wait a minute. Yeah, we've only scored 10, but we're only down 11.
Yeah. Well, at this point, you take all the positives that you possibly can. From the field, Mounds in that first half, 4 of 27.
Not good.
14.8%. I mean, if you just shoot 30%, you probably have another half dozen points at least.
Well, Steve, a lot of that is defense, though. A lot of that is the defense that the Lady Jackets are putting on Mounds, and just an outstanding effort defensively so far here in the first half. And you really don't want this thing to get out of control. You got to start scoring on some of those opportunities. You had 27 opportunities. That's 6 more than what the Lady Jackets had.
All right, halftime score. Right now it's Fairview on top of Mounds. They lead it 21-10 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week here on the Cox Hub.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds, whipped cream, and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A double dip hot fudge sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand
Moxie.
and a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Back at the fairgrounds here in Oklahoma City. Halftime score has Fairview on top of Mounds by a score of 21-10. The winner of this game will take on Christian Heritage, as they won the earlier matchup in easy fashion, 60-32. And then coming up later this evening, the 7 o'clock game will be Van Oss and number 2 Cashin. And then the 8:30 nightcap will be number 5 Kiefer taking on number 4 Howe. 21-10, our halftime score. Fairview on top. Mounds, as Mark was mentioning, probably could be a little fortunate that they're only down 11, but that's 11 points they got to make up. And the way things have matched up in this first half, admittedly, the only time that I've seen either of these teams this year, you'd have to think that's a tall task.
Well, when you go 4 for 27,
yeah,
it's quite obvious you got to shoot the ball a little better. And really, a couple of times they had the break going a little bit. They actually converted one time on the break, another couple of times just they turned the ball over, but they had an opportunity to really get the ball out, kick it out, and run. So maybe they'll try to push the ball a little bit more. Either that, they're going to have to do something with Black Bear getting double and triple teamed in the paint. Obviously, when that takes place, Steve, somebody's open.
And she's got to be careful, too, not to be too aggressive, because she did pick up 2 fouls in that first half. So obviously want to keep her from getting that third for as long as possible, because you look at that team, and without her in there, it's really going to be a tall task for Mounds.
Couple of scores real quick, Steve, in boys action, Class 3A. Mount St. Mary's moving on. They defeat Hennessy 60-52. And right now, Ida Bell and Star Spencer are all tied up in the first quarter at 11. I'm going to run through some other scores here. Hopefully I can pull them up real quick. Latta in Class 2A moving on, defeated Crossings Christian 58-56 in a barn burner there.
Game.
And then they're going to take on the winner of Tallahena and Hooker. That game early in the first quarter, Tallahena leads 6-2. In Class 4A boys action, a very intriguing matchup. Catoosa and Roland, 2 East Side teams that sometimes people over on the West Side, they really don't know what those teams has. I know there's a lot of tradition with Roland. They do have one kid that is an absolute stud. Roland goes on to defeat Catoosa and moving on to the semifinals.
All right, we're moving on to the third quarter of play here. Fairview on defense, leading it by a score of 21-10. Mounds, while they have to be aggressive, has to be sure that they don't try to get it all back in, a big hurry.
Yeah.
Be patient, run your offense, and then really do a better job on the boards. That's probably the primary key, and then Fairview comes up with a steal. Taking it length of the floor, putting it up off the glass and good. Number 13 with the basket, that's Pembroke. She continues her big afternoon.
Steve, that whole thing happened just because it was so telegraphed on where that pass was going to. And when you have such good instincts and play defense as well as the Lady Jackets do, very, very easy pickoff on that play to go down and get two.
As you're coaching, at the high school level as well, sometimes I see kids that just don't put a lot of zip on their passes.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is a little bit of a lost art. And the other thing that drives me crazy is kids playing with their hands at their sides.
Yep.
Shot inside there is missed, no good. Black Bear just can't get untracked. Fairview with the basketball, leading by 13, opening seconds here of this third quarter. Fairview in this limited time that we've seen them, very sound basketball team. Kick to the corner. Baseline drive, pull up is blocked, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul called against Mounds.
Steve, when you have a player that really shoots the tray well in the corner there, so many times that instinct of, okay, do I fire it up or do I attack the rim? And what we try to teach players is if you see opponents in front of you, most of the time you want to jack up the three, especially if you have space. But if there's an opportunity to get around that initial pressure, that's when you want to take the ball to the rack. And she did a good job there, knocking down the first throw.
Free throw, first one good, second one misses the mark. 24-10. Driving the right side. Black Bear. Cheyenne Crane. Black Bear held at 2 points in that first quarter. She averages 16 per first half, averages 16 a ball game.
Just can't get nothing to go. Ice cold.
Dump it inside. Good job to get open. Up and under move. Shot up and good. 2 more points for Maddie Mason.
Now you're really close to having things get totally out of control. The lead is ballooned to 16, and you can't throw a pea in the ocean.
Black Bear has to be frustrated. She's really double teamed. They'll slide off when necessary, but for the most part, they're trying to deny her the ball anywhere near the paint. And when she does catch it inside, the defense collapses all around her.
Yeah, that weak side rotation on the weak side comes in and starts digging and defending. And very, very frustrating day for the top scorer for the Lady Eagles.
And a timeout taken by Fairview.
Is that a full or a 30? What is it here?
26-10 is our score. Fairview on top. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Mark checks other scores. And as I remind you about some of the other games in Class 2A boys that will be taking place, Mark told you about some of the games that are already going on. Ketchum will play Luther tonight at 7 o'clock. And then Wright City will take on the Christian Heritage boys. That's at 8:30. Christian Heritage girls already winning their game. They have moved on to the semifinals for tomorrow on the girls' side of things.
All right, in girls action, Class 4A, Elgin moving on. They defeat Anadarko 52-45. And at the half, a barn burner. Fort Gibson leads. Number 1, Fort Gibson leads Tuttle 20-12.
So this is the first trip ever to state for the Tuttle girls?
Yeah.
How about that? Steal. Mason drives, glass up and good for 2 more.
Just a terrible start to the second half for the Lady Eagles, and you really got to find some power to just pull through this and try to get something going.
Shots aren't falling. Probably don't run into a lot of teams that are as big as what Fairview is, and as we look further ahead, and it's an 18-point lead right now All indicators point to a matchup tomorrow between this Fairview team and the Christian Heritage team. In a lot of ways, they're pretty similar, Mark.
Absolutely. Both shoot the ball really well. Both defend really well. And I think that's the big difference is the game plan that's been put in place defensively going up against the Lady Eagles.
A little hesitation and then a foul called. It's going to be a blocking foul. And it'll be Fairview to inbound underneath the Mounds basket, leading by 18.
Nice inbounds play there.
Didn't finish. See if that can give Mounds the spark they're looking for. Shot is up and no good. And back the other way comes Fairview. Taken away.
Yeah.
Black Bear driving, gets inside, gets too far underneath the basket. She has to pass it out. Shot on the way up and good. Big three right there by number 20, Lexi Wall, and immediately a timeout is taken.
Going to be a 30, Steve. Hey, one interesting score in Class 3A girls, and it is very possible this is a pretty big upset in Class 3A. Kingston, I believe they were number 11, defeated number 3, Prague, 61-52. So Kingston moving on to the semis, and I know a lot of discussion about the number 1 team on the boys' side in Class 3A, the 6'11", Mr. Germany, and how great that team is with him in the paint. And I believe this year he is the tallest player in Oklahoma in any class. He's 6'11", and he can do it all. He can handle the basketball, and I believe he's only a junior too.
Wow.
So Kingston with an opportunity to move forward on the boys and girls side in the semifinals. Obviously the girls already have.
Fairview with the basketball, leading by 15. Wide open inside. Hesitates, then shoots and scores. Easy bucket there for Pembroke. And she now has, I've got her for 7 on the afternoon. 30-13, just about halfway through this third quarter of play.
I know in boys 6A action I saw a score. Putnam City West defeated Santa Fe.
It's 2 pretty good ball clubs. A lot of people were picking West. They won it a couple years ago, right?
Yes.
Whistle and a foul there. Clock stopped with just about 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter of play. Maddie Mason picks up her 3rd personal foul. Mason has been the dominant player on the floor. Raven Blackbear at the free throw line for Mounds. And that is just her 3rd point so far on the afternoon. Midway through this third quarter. Second one is short, no good. There's a steal. Good job on defense. Pretty nice block, but a foul call. That's going to be on Briston Grove. That'll be her first.
It's a great example right there, Steve. That turnover was caused not necessarily by the pressure, but the anticipation of the pass with the player's instinct identifying when that trap came. Hey, she had one place to go and did a good job getting there.
Misses the front end of the free throw opportunity. She'll get the automatic second coming up. Boy, they need every point they can squeeze out. Free throw line, lucky shots, misses both free throws.
It's such a horrible feeling when you play so well all year long and you get your opportunity at the big house and you just can't make a shot.
Shot on the way for 3 is no good. Controlled by the Lady Eagles. Raven Blackbear driving to the hoop, puts it up, scoop good for 2.
Well, if you're going to rally, now's the time. You got a little over 3 minutes remaining here in the third, plenty of time left, but you have to get some stops and you got to make some stuff happen on the offensive side.
And a reach-in foul, I believe that's going to be on Raven Blackbear, and that will be
Is that 3?
Her 3rd personal foul.
Wow, not good.
Just over 3 minutes left to go here in this third quarter of play. Mounds trying to force the turnover. Whistle and a foul. That's going to be called on Lexi Wall.
That's her third. That's going to be 5 team fouls already.
So they called it on. Must have called it on Cheyenne Crane then. Weak side pass, too tall.
Turnover.
Out of bounds. Immediately should look toward the coach, and immediately the coach was looking at her.
Well, just under 3 minutes remaining. If you can cut the lead and get it into single digits headed into the fourth quarter, might make something happen.
Every possession critical. Try to get it into Black Bear.
Not like that, unfortunately.
Knocked away, and Fairview comes away with the loose basketball. Just about 2.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. Entry pass denied. Good defensive play. Taking it to the hole, trying to get the shot off. No good. Whistle foul. And going to the free throw line for Mounds will be Cheyenne Crane.
Yeah, that's a great job drawing the contact on the penetration, trying to get to the rack, but probably was going to be an incredible N1 if that one went in, but you could definitely tell she was trying to draw contact. Now hopefully she can knock down 2.
First free throw is good. Crane at the free throw line, now with 4 points. Trying to add to that total. Second one on the way, got them both.
All right, down to 12, 1 possession at a time. Get that down to single digits here. And like I said, you never know what can happen in the fourth quarter.
They trailed at 1 point by 17. Short shot, tough shot, that close in, missed it. Black Bear had it and then tried to make sure it was a pass that her teammate could handle. Threw it too low, it goes out of bounds and right back over to Fairview.
Well, this is a critical possession for Mounds. You've kind of clawed your way back into this thing, but you got to get a stop here.
And that's going to be a bump foul.
That's Crane, isn't it?
That's going to be the 4th on Cheyenne Crane.
That's not good.
Second leading scorer on the team. And she'll take a sit down for a while. Checking into the lineup, number 25 is Jessica Mallett. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Fairview with a 12-point lead and the basketball. Into the lane, little 10-footer, too strong, no good.
Oh, second chance once again.
Throw the pass out top and continue to work some clock. They don't want to work the clock. They want to drive and score. Shot up, no good. It's that fine line, you know, to take the open shot when you can or pull it back out and work some time off the clock. You're up by 12, just under a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Losing her footing. And a travel call against Fairview gives it right back to Mounds.
You know, we mentioned that 4A girls matchup between Tuttle and Fort Gibson. That might be one of the biggest upsets if they could pull that off. Tuttle unranked.
I think Christian Heritage, when they won it last year, weren't they unranked going in?
I can't remember, Steve, on that one. I know they won. How many games did they win last year? They won. I've got it right here. They went 27-5 last year, so they obviously were ranked.
Yeah, we would have had to have won, so they went into the tournament 24-5.
Right.
There's a shot from the corner, up and good.
That's a big bucket there. They ran the opposite side of America's play, knocked down a huge tray. Here's a turnover.
Now a steal, trailing by 9, wide open under the basket. Couldn't find her. 3-ball in the air, short, no good. And we've got a whistle and a foul underneath. It's going to go against Mounds. I missed it. What was the call? Huh.
There's a foul underneath. I think she made contact when she was trying to get the offensive rebound. But a big bucket there, it would have been huge. This place, we're on the Mounds side right now, and the side in this arena would have erupted if that three would have went down, would have made it a two-possession game after being down by what, 17?
18 at one point. They're on an 8-0 run right now to get it down to 9. And
no
they missed
good.
the free throw. All right, so final 40 seconds of this third quarter. We keep saying it, another big possession for the Lady Eagles. They trailed by 18. They've got it back down to 9. Free ball, top of the court.
In and out.
Just won't go down. Plenty of time for Fairview. Let's see how they want to play it. Out top with the basketball, Tabor Gilchrist. 15 left to go third quarter. And a whistle and a foul. That's 9 team fouls now on Mounds. So one more there in the double bonus, one more foul against Fairview, and Mounds will be in the bonus.
Mounds got a great look on a shot there. Could have cut the lead to 6 off the flex screen. It just went in and out. Still have time, even if she knocks down these 2 free throws.
First one is good.
Plenty of time to get a shot off with 13 seconds remaining here in the third.
Again, only one senior on the entire roster. The second one is good as well. Now 32-21. Only one senior on the roster for Fairview, and she's not even played yet.
Oh.
Free throw line, drive it, left hand, missed it. Follow, that's no good. And that's the end of the first half. Mounds had battled their way back, got it back to within 9. Some late free throws make it an 11-point lead. Fairview leading Mounds 32-21 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week here on the Cox High School Hub. Steve Marshall, Mark Jeffries. Headed towards the fourth quarter of play. Fairview leading it by 11 on top of Mounds, 32-21. And the winner of this contest, as we've reminded you, if you're just joining us now, they will take on Christian Heritage. Christian Heritage won big over Shoto, 60-32 in our first game earlier this afternoon.
Well, there's a lot of fight left in the Lady Eagles. They did a great job trying to battle back here. Let's see if they can make anything happen in the fourth quarter.
Bonus situation, double bonus coming up for Fairview. Right now, both teams in the 1-1 for the entire fourth quarter of play. Mounds looking to get a stop on this first possession of the fourth quarter. Lost the basketball. Tied up on the floor. And they're going to say that she rolled over while on the floor. And that means it's going to be a turnover and gives it back to Fairview. That's a tough interpretation there. John Holleran, one of the officials running the floor tonight. Doing a great job here this evening. As you mentioned last week, those guys have to earn getting here to even officiate. They just don't grab from a pool of officials as they are graded throughout the season. 3 on the way. Shoto short. No good. Fairview gets it across the timeline as we get down towards 7 minutes left to go in somebody's basketball season.
One thing about these comebacks, Steve, you expose so much energy in trying to rally back, only having 10 points down by 17. So it kind of wears on you.
Entry pass to Mason. That shot's no good. Black Bear with the rebound. Driving, keeping it herself all the way, and that's going to be a charge.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That will be her fourth. It looked as though she wanted to pass, but then decided that she could get to the basket. And that's her fourth foul, and they just have to have her. That's all you can say.
Yeah, you got Crane and Black Bear both in foul trouble with 4 fouls.
Still 6.5 minutes left to go.
Well, you can't go too much longer, Steve.
No.
You may give them maybe a minute and a half, and that's it.
Timeout taken by the Fairview coach. That is Mike Barton.
That's a 32, so we'll keep it here.
Keep it right here. Well, as we said, some of these other teams playing at sub-sites, those sub-sites, you know, for the 2A boys, we told you about their field and how that's shaping up. Mark's had some of those finals. They're playing today and tomorrow. The 2A boys are at UConn before coming to the State Fairgrounds Arena on Saturday for the state championships.
Going to try and check some more scores here in all classes. Heritage Hall boys really blowing out McLean. No surprise there, 43-27. Star Spencer up on Idabel at halftime, 34-27.
About 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this one. Tipped away. Boy, that was dangerous by Black Bear. That could have been a 5th foul. Nice drive to the basket, no good. And Mounds comes away with the ball. Could get it to single digits with a bucket here.
Have to have a bucket here.
Looked at the 3, passed it up. Black Bear will take it. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Putback is good.
Now you really got to turn the volume knob up on the pressure on the defensive side. Get a stop or create a turnover.
Single-digit lead of 9 for Fairview. Bounce pass, baseline. Quickly double-teamed. Then cross-court, they threw it away.
The dynamic that you have right now is pressure. Pressure. You got to try and maintain that lead, take care of the basketball. And with just over 5.5 remaining here in the fourth, every possession matters, really on both sides, offensively and defensively. Take care of the basketball, get a good shot, get a good look, and get a stop.
Another big possession. They all are from here out. Trailing by 9.
They're running flex once again. That cross screen, down screen.
Black Bear on the side, playing with 4 fouls. Only has the 5 points, gets the pass inside, gets the shot off. She's fouled on the play, and she'll get to shoot 2.
And Steve, she did a really, really good job cutting off of that back cut. And the defender really not in a good position to defend. She had the edge, got the ball. And one of the few times that there really wasn't anybody there to double team her on the weak side.
You're right. First free throw is good.
Things are going to get interesting here, Steve.
Looks like it.
Big factor, 4 fouls for both Black Bear and Crane.
It's now a 7-point lead. It was 17 at one point. Driving and scoring. Big bucket there for Maddie Mason, the old answer bucket. Mason now with 15 points to lead all scorers. Mounds with the basketball, trailing by 9. Shot for 3. Top of the key is good. There you go.
Big bucket.
Now a 6-point ball game, a 2-possession contest. Still 4.5 minutes left to play. Driving is Mason. Stops. 3 on the way. Nothing but air. Here comes Black Bear. Got to watch the foul, and she turns to the corner.
Good decision.
Wide open from three, passed it up, but here's the shot for three. Short, offensive rebound, gonna get called for the travel.
Shuffled her feet when she went to try to make that move to the rack and got her called for traveling.
6-point ball game as we go under 4 minutes to play. Driving the lane, nice pass, easy bucket for number 25, Lexi Ream.
Man, they're getting some looks.
And you think right now that they want anybody but Black Bear shooting. She's picked it up a little bit, now has 7 points, far below her average of 16 per ball game. Shot for three, it's good.
Big bucket.
Another big one from Lexi Wall.
5.
5-point ball game.
Wow.
And even though they trail, momentum definitely in the favor of Mounds. Can Fairview hang on? They led by 17 at one point when it was 30-13. Shot there, no good. Loose basketball, had it, lost it, out of bounds, Mounds basketball.
Wow, what a turn of events. Remember we talked about it in the third quarter, Steve. You get some stops, you get the lead down into single digits, and then you never know what can happen in the fourth quarter. And this fourth quarter, very furious with the inability to convert for the Lady Jackets on the offensive side. Some critical turnovers. But now the Lady Eagles with an opportunity to put another couple free throws in and cut the lead down to 3.
Free throw by Lexi Wall. It's a 19-6 run, making a 20-6 run for Mounds. They've got it down to 3 with 2.5 minutes to play. Long pass, 2-on-1. They've got the numbers. Will drive it in, lay it up, good for 2.
Yeah, it's a great job breaking the press, making them pay for trying to trap in the front court.
Shot for 3 is no good. Hustle for and out of bounds, and Fairview will get it.
That's a good call. Hit the end line when she was trying to save it back in.
Here's some of the fans from Mounds behind us.
Hey, that's a great statement that was
it
made
is.
by a fan. How bad do you want it?
Got the open look for 3. Shot skips off long, no good. Race to the corner. I actually think that if she'd have let it go, it would have been Mounds basketball, but Fairview keeps possession. Nice bounce pass, but blocked. Oh, foul called. Looked like a good block for a minute there by Harley Cooper, but she gets called for the foul. And you got to think this game's going to be decided at the free throw line down the stretch right now with Fairview leading by 5, and at the free throw line, number 13, Christina Pembroke.
Yeah, there's 2:01 remaining in this game, and the last 2 minutes and 1 second in this game may take about 30.
You're probably right. Misses the front end. Double bonus situation for Fairview. It's the 1-and-1 still for Mounds, but only 1 foul to give until they're shooting 2. Second free throw is good. 2-possession ball game, 39-33. We're under 2 minutes left to play. In the corner, Black Bear spins in the paint. Left-handed, tough shot, no good. Tried to tie it up. Foul is called. Smile starts to break across the face of Maddie Mason, but realize it's still got some time to get this thing over with. Leading by 6 and at the free throw line with 1:48 left to play. Automatic 2 free throws coming up. She has 15 points, now 16. And just that 1 free throw there now makes it a 3-possession ball game.
They had a good look, the Lady Eagles. They got it to Black Bear in the paint. She had a really good look, just could not knock it down.
Second one on the way, got them both. Big free throws right there. 41-33. 1:43 to play. High post. Black Bear drives in, missed the shot. They're forcing her to her left. That's obviously not her strong side, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Black Bear.
Yeah. More out of frustration there,
Yeah.
Steve. Obviously, she's trying to make things happen. They've really fought so hard to get back into this game, but that's a shame. You pick up your 5th foul on a little ticky-tack like that.
So just under a minute and a half left to go. Fairview saw their lead go all the way down to 3 after they led by 17 at one point. Now trying to close this game out at the free throw line. First one up and good by Briston Grove. Second one on the way, and that one is good also. 42-31 is our score. We got a timeout on the floor. 43-33. Fairview by 10 with a minute and a half left to play.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Back at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, girls Class 2A quarterfinals here from the big house. Fairview, who led by 17 at one point, 30-13, saw that lead go all the way down to just 3 when it was 36-33 with just about 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. But since then, Mounds has not been able to put any points on the board, and now it's a 7-0 run that has Fairview on top, leading it 43-33. It's Mounds with the basketball, and we've got under a minute and a half left to play. Pass out top again. Black Bear is fouled out. Shot for 3, short. Offensive rebound. Get it inside, still loose. Mounds continues to fight, shoots another 3. That's going to just barely hit the rim. Out of bounds, and looked like girl got forearm across the
chops.
Yeah, across the chops, exactly.
Oh, nice inbound play there.
Oh, and one opportunity.
Yeah, that is sweet.
Great basket there for number 22, Madeline Black Bear.
That's a deviation of America's play right there. Where'd the ball go right back to, Steve?
Right back to the inbounder. We have right at a minute to play. Free throw no good. 8-point lead with less than a minute to go for Fairview, trying to hold on and have a semifinal date with the number 1 team, Christian Heritage, tomorrow morning at 10:30. Little push from behind. 2 free throws coming up for Fairview. Give Mounds credit. They could have packed it in when they trailed by 17 early or even midway through that third quarter, but they battled back. And as we said, got it to within 3. But since they got it to within 3, it's been a 7-2 run for Fairview. At the free throw line, once again, is Briston Grove.
Still, you find out a lot about a team when you can handle the pressure of a comeback like that, to be able to do this right here, Steve. Knock down free throws, and that's going to go a long way when they go match it up against CHA.
Both free throws are good. And just like that, it's back to a 10-point lead for Fairview. Lady Eagles driving, whistle foul called, clock stop with right around 30 seconds left to play. And let's see who's going to go to the free throw line for Mounds. Number 4, Cheyenne Crane, who's playing with 4 fouls herself. Raven Black Bear has already fouled out. Makes the first. Substitution in for Mounds is Chelsea Boydston. Jessica Mallett goes to the bench, and here comes a fresh 4.
Not
Fairview.
Not a full line change.
Right. Number 11, Addison Spicer checks in. Number 10, Jessica Hopkins in the lineup, along with number 4, Kenzie Doan. Excited to get time on the floor here at the Big House, even though the team is trailing. Golden opportunity there inside for Mounds, but they couldn't convert. And now just under 30 seconds left to play. Fairview leading it by 9, seemingly going on tomorrow to play in the semifinals.
It'll be a good matchup, Steve. Once again, it is a monster that you're going up against, with CHA being undefeated and having won 34 in a row now. But very fundamentally sound. They shoot the ball extremely well. They defend well. I mean, that first half defensively was one of the better defensive efforts that we've seen the last couple of weeks. So the other thing is, man, you got to win 3. And sometimes that is very, very difficult when you're trying to plan and scout and strategize and stay out of foul trouble and do everything that you got to do to get that goal ball.
Free throw's good. Beck out to a 10-point lead. Final 20 seconds left to play. To the corner, out top, 3 ball, up and good. And a timeout taken with just 12 seconds left. 7-point lead for Fairview. Did you see that Louisville, Virginia game last week where they trailed by 4 with 0.9 seconds left and ended up winning the game?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was nuts. Well, we've seen some wild ones that have been played here. Seemingly this is over with 12 seconds left. Fairview leading by 7.
On the boys' side, Del City's, I wouldn't call it a Cinderella run, but man, they had some really big wins going into the state tournament. They were going up against number 1 Tulsa Memorial, and they went down 68-55. And I think that's all the finals on the boys' side that we've gotten to.
All right, Fairview to inbound. Pass is deflected. Taken by the Lady Jackets. Skip it down across the timeline. Loose basketball in the middle. Horn is going to sound, and that'll do it. Fairview has advanced to the semifinals as they win it by a final score of 46-39, and they will now take on number 1 Christian Heritage tomorrow in the semifinals. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our post-game wrap-up here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi?
Yes!
The best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds, whipped cream, and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A double dip hot fudge sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand
Moxie.
and a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. As you can see, they're clearing the place out. Guys running the mop across the floor as the afternoon session is over, and the game we just witnessed saw Fairview take down Mounds by a final score of 46-39. They will now take on Christian Heritage, the number 1 team in Class 2A Girls, as they were victorious over Shoto earlier this afternoon, 60-32. And then we've got the 2 games tonight. What about this game, Mark?
Well, a couple of things. One, the defensive play by the Lady Jackets of Fairview, especially in the first half. I mean, they held their opponent to only 10 points. They did a tremendous job shutting down Black Bear, the leading scorer for the Lady Eagles. And even though they only shot 36% from the floor, hey, they shot the ball good enough to get it done. And more importantly, they really performed in the fourth quarter, knocked down the free throws, and really did what they had to do to pull this thing out when the Lady Eagles was making a run. Hey, when you only score 10 points in the first half, it is very, very difficult to come back in the second half. You take 52 shots, you only shoot the ball at 23%. That is a tough, tough mix of trying to make it happen when you only shoot 23% from the floor, Steve.
All right, so the semifinals are set, at least half of them. It'll be Christian Heritage taking on Fairview, and then we have the 2 games coming up tonight. The 7 o'clock contest will be Van Oss taking on number 2 Cashin, and it'll be number 5 Kiefer taking on number 4 Howe. That's going to do it for our afternoon coverage. Make sure to join us again at 7 o'clock right here on the Cox High School Hub. It's your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week as we showcase the girls' Class 2A quarterfinal action. We'll see you tonight around 7 o'clock. So long for just a while.